Today's video is going to ruffle a few feathers and wind a few people up, but it will hopefully address a problem or an area for a lot of us that will allow us to get better and move forward. And today's topic is, are personal trainers actually worth what you pay for them? My blunt answer is, most of the time, no. I say this coming from a place of being someone who owns a company that help people to qualify to become personal trainers. So, just to be clear, I absolutely believe in high quality personal training. I think it adds exceptional value to somebody. The problem with the industry is the average personal trainer is not high value, is not high quality, because it's very easy to get a qualification. Even training providers are very limited as to what they can feasibly do in terms of improving things. We've gone into a lot of detail to improve our course quality, the delivery, the way that we qualify people, but still there are areas that are not in our control. So it's not where we'd ideally like to be, but it's very close. And it's more that a lot of these people, when they come out of a course, think they've made it, they have no desire to improve, and they're charging similar prices to somebody who's got 10 years experience, extensive qualifications, working in the same gym, because the gym determines the rate, or dictates the rate. And for the average person coming in the outside, there's not a lot to distinguish between the two. So you've got one person low value charging £60 an hour in London, one person high value charging 60. This person could be 10 times better. Now, if you're in a position where you think that personal training is still about counting reps and fitness instructing, you're in the wrong place, you're not doing it right, because that's glorified fitness instructing. Personal training is more peripheral. It's about mindset, nutrition, behaviour change, working on people's sleep, getting their habits in, working on the motivation, being more accountable outside of the sessions. It's not per hour like some people think, because that's perceived as expensive, and it is if you're just counting reps and instructing. But if you're giving this whole peripheral high value service, it's absolutely worth it. You're being diligent with your programming, your accountability, you're really helping people, you're meticulous with the details. That's where people get their value, that's where you earn your trade and make a name for yourself. Customer service, but also technical service. What do you give for the money that you get? Because the average PTRC has got their arms folded, they're disinterested, they're counting reps, and they're doing the same thing over and over again. No one who's got any soul or knows any different will pay for that. Especially if you're down in the south, where if you're in the north it's £25, £30, £35 a session, maybe slightly higher if you're in a boutique setting, but down south anything going up to £100 an hour, you've got to be worth it, because people generally will not carry on paying for something where they're not getting a return, they're not getting value. It has to be worth what you deliver, fair trade for what you ask for. Now, part of this is not knowing how to separate yourself from everybody else. If you're going the extra mile, your customer service is fantastic, you get someone coming out of the session feeling better than they did when they came in, not just in terms of exercise, but mood, you're an energizer. That helps. You're meticulous with the programming, you explain it in ways that people can understand, adds value. You're doing it in a way where you're reasonable with clients, you communicate well, so if things aren't going right, you know how to fix it, you know how to move forward after addressing the problem or the issue. That's how you keep clients. It's not about not having problems, it's about acknowledging the problems and finding solutions and working with your client to get better. Sometimes your best clients are the ones that complain the most, because they highlight things you don't particularly want to hear but are necessary. You might not always agree with it, but it makes you understand somebody else's perception, and you've got to remember perception is half of the battle. So you're always being watched, you're always being perceived, so be mindful of how you come across, especially when you think no one's looking. Now, to become better, to add more value, I want you to go away and think about what you're doing as a PT, what services are you offering. Look at somebody who's delivering 10 times more, look at what they're doing. Does it justify the price difference, or if it's the same price? But also, how can you improve what you're delivering? How can you add more value without going into loads and loads of your time, because you're not trying to diminish your time you're going to make money, you've got to earn a living, you're not going to drop your prices. How can you give more and scale more based off that? Is there software you can use? Is there another skill you can add in? Can you learn about nutrition? Can you learn about coaching? Can you learn about behavior change? Can you spend more time motivating your clients, having the 10-15 minute chats in between sessions just to see how they're going? These are the things that you really need to work on if you want to be the very, very best. I'll leave that one with you to think about. Any questions, drop me a message. Any thoughts, feel free to share them in the comments. I look forward to seeing you next time.